Dance is almost like connecting with your inner spirit. It involves you really focusing on what's happening with you from within. And many of our young people, they may not be very good with expressing verbally, but when it comes to the arts and using dance as a form of expressing themselves, spiritual development is the way I'd like to describe it. It helps them build that sense of self-esteem and confidence that because of their personality or even challenges that they may be facing in the home, this becomes like a safe haven. And I've seen so many young people come through this dance group where they have blossomed just because they've been able to express themselves through dance. If you come to one of our performances, you're going to see choreography that reflects the Taino Arawak influence, the Spanish influence, the African influence, and then modern dances to show that we have the capacity to embrace all different styles of dance. Borinquen is the original name of the island of Puerto Rico. So when I started Borinquen Dance Theater, it was to acknowledge that information, and I felt that it was very important for our younger generation to understand their history, their roots, and a sense of their culture.
I knew I was a Latina, but I didn't really start feeling it until I came to dance. I would learn what it really means to be a Latina, to be strong and powerful and independent. When you start dancing, you feel that once you're on stage and you just command presence.
Before I joined the company, I didn't feel like I had a place in the Latina community. When I came to Borinquen, I wasn't just searching for a place to dance, I was searching for a place to find out who I was as a Hispanic woman, because being Puerto Rican is a huge part of who I am, and Nydia really taught me to be confident in that.
It takes a lot of discipline to learn how to dance. It is very precise, it's very meticulous. You have to pay attention to a lot of things that you are doing both physically and mentally. So when you do that, it just automatically engraves itself in you, and it's something that you don't even notice that you carry over into the other aspects of your life.
The classes that I have is about rigor, it's about discipline, it's about being the best that you can be. You may not be the greatest dancer, but if you work so hard and you're diligent with trying to build your skill set, whether it's technique or presenting yourself in front of the public or just becoming more comfortable with who are you, to me, that's success. You transfer that over to your schoolwork. You have no business being here if you're not taking care of your homework and you're not taking care of business at the school site. In order for them to be part of Borinquen Dance Theater, they have to maintain a GPA of 2.5 and above, and also school attendance, because I do work for the Rochester City School District as an administrator, so I have access to data. And what I see happening in our community, Latino population and African American right now, we're in a very crisis situation. So if I can have an impact through the arts, then I want to be part of that mission.
A lot of things that I've learned from here, such as the discipline and the ability to take initiative and being willing to put yourself out there, I have applied in my schooling. So by doing so, I feel like the experience that I have in school is more enriching because I'm willing to grow, and I'm as open as I am for my education as I am in dance class.
Say if I have a pretty rough day at school, I would just come here and I just dance and I let it all out and then feel better about myself because I worked so hard. I like to encourage any young dancer, if they want to learn more about their history and their roots and learn more about dance and grow as a dancer, just come here. It's great. We love it here.
Borinquen is really an extraordinary company. Not many dance companies make it to 35 years. We're dedicated, we're motivated dancers. The people here have inspired me. They've given me faith in myself and in my community. We support each other here. We support our goals. We work together. And with Nydia as a leader, I mean, I don't think we can go wrong.